Mic check 1 2 3 4. How's my mic audio? I messed with it. I think it needs to be louder. 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. How is that? Is that perfect? Let me know. Who is unshaken? Who has intestinal fortitude? They said we were crazy. Silver would never break 20. Then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. They smacked us down a few times, but just like Chumbawamba, we got back up again. We are the Crustacean Nation.
From Tokyo nights to Rio sun.
6 minutes and 45 seconds till we're live, and I'm going to break down for you guys what happened today. Here's a question for you. Who bought the dip? I did. Put bought the dip if you did it.
Voices rise like a tidal wall.
Wow, congrats, Joanna. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Buy Silver to Rage Against the Machine to upgrade into Diamond Claws. You are mega. We're going to be live here in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to break down for you the news, what happened, what occurred, the shenanigans that took place. And then we're going to watch the market close together. Then after that, channel members, we will be going to the war room. We'll be live here in just 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Smash that like if you're ready. Yes, Jeff, the gaps have been filled.
Stacks of silver, stacks of gold, digging treasure.
Chasing that mill, M-I-L-L, guys. Get your minds out of the gutter, please. Please.
Shiny vibes coming your way. Silver shines, gold's the glow. Stack it high, watch it grow. Giveaways for all, feel the thrill. International.
4 minutes and 30 seconds till we're covering the news, the breaking news. I've got evidence, I've got proof. We're going to break it all down here in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. 18 likes to 100. Keep smashing it.
Explore, stack up wealth and so much more. Chasing that mill,
4-minute warning.
Maps and clues, giveaways tonight. Silver dream shining bright. Roll the dice, take a chance. Treasure calls, we're in a dance.
We're going to be live here in 3 minutes and 45 seconds covering the breaking news, covering what happened, what occurred. I'm going to help you read through the tea leaves and break it down. 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Guys, if you like this music, you can find it on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, everywhere. Just search International Stacker as the artist. You can even put it in your TikToks.
You're the best international stacker. Stacking strong, silver, gold, where you belong. Chasing that mill. So hit that sub, join the
3-minute warning.
is await. You're the best international stacker. Stacking
Who's ready?
silver,
Who is unshaken?
you belong.
Let's go.
Chasing that mill. Chasing that mill.
2 minutes and 30 seconds till we're live. I've got the updates. I've got their plan. I've got the evidence. I'm going to help you guys read the tea leaves here shortly. This is the crab dance. Crustacean Nation, drop a crab in chat if you're ready and smash that like button. We're going to be live here in 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Gleaming, golden space. Get your claws up, don't delay. Yeah, join the party night and day. Gold and silver is the key. Crustacean Nation, dance with me.
Let's go.
Gold and silver, who wants it all? Are you ready for the mega gold?
Who won silver or gold in the Mega Ga? Who won it?
Shell Brigade, treasures found, the music's played. Get your claws up, don't delay. Yeah, join the party night and day.
Let's go.
And silver is the key.
Get him up.
Nation, dance with me.
Let's get it. 1 minute warning. Smash that like button if you're ready. I've got the updates. I've got the proof. We're going to break it down here soon.
Rhythms in the sand, shiny spoils laid by hand. We're the crew, the Shell Brigade, treasures found, the music's played. Get your claws up in the sky.
Do you guys want the old school intro or the little kid intro? Old school or little kid? Let me know.
Gold and silver is the key. Crustacean Nation, dance with me. Dance with me.
All right, I got a lot of kids. We're going to do the kid one today. I did the old school this morning. 15 seconds. Here we go.
Dance with me. Dance with me.
One stacker on a journey
to find
silver.
International Stacker.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The name's International Stacker, coming to you live from Key West, Florida, where I'm closer to Cuba than a Walmart. 1,900 videos around the world on gold and silver adventures. We were just in the Czech Republic. We were just in Poland. We were just at the Fun Coin Show. There we go. We're all over the place, the Crustacean Nation. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Danger Zone. Now, we had a little bit of a mishap today. Something happened, and I'm going to break down for you what the mainstream is saying and what my analysis is. I'm going to help you guys read the tea leaves here. So first, we're going to start off here with silver. If you guys find value in this channel, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Only 22 more likes to 200, and I know we can certainly do that. So first off, let me start with the good news on the silver chart. We're going to go over silver. We're going to go over gold, and we're going to go over the Shanghai Futures Exchange as well. And then we're going to go over the shutdown of the Shanghai Futures Exchange, okay? So the good news here for the silver chart, the sound is way better, says, okay, good. I'm glad the sound's better. I worked on it. So the good news on the silver chart is, guys, we filled all these gaps. So let me delete all these orange lines here. All the gaps have been filled, although it happened a little bit more extreme than it needed to. But look what happened here. So here's the interesting, and here's the first part of the shenanigans. First off, and let me put another arrow here. We had highly abnormal activity in the middle of the day. So the first action started around 11:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you could see here quickly, almost looks like it nearly gapped down there. Almost looks like it did. And then it definitely gapped down here. Bang. And then it definitely gapped down here. Bang. So like that was like a 3-gapper punch. And then right here, it just went straight down. And funny enough, none of the circuit breakers worked, even though we exceeded 10% for a little bit. None of them worked. So that went straight down and then down, down, down. Okay, so first off, I want to draw your attention to this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps. The good news is those gaps are going to get filled on the way up. That's the good news. And thank you so much, Silver Hair Stacker, for the $2 super chat, saying thanks again for the crab raid fun. Thanks for having the channel. We appreciate you making content. So 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps. So that's the first abnormal thing in the middle of the day. The second thing is, look at the volume down here when this happened. So the volume was like, okay, the volume's building. Okay, the volume's building. But then look right here. Look right here. On this minuscule, super small, like what the heck happened there? And then big volume and then another little V shape. We almost had a DTB in here. That is not normal. With movements like that, we have massive gap downs. Look at the volume. So I want to draw your attention to that. Now, here is what people, and yeah, Kitco and other places are showing absolutely zero volume. Some are showing like a flat line of volume. So that's your first clue that there's some shenanigans at place. But I've been scouring and doing a bunch of research all day to figure this out for you guys. And here's the few things I came across. And I'm going to report to you what people are saying, different things that happened. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm going to tie it all together at the end here, okay? So the first thing I want to bring up to your attention is this morning, the 1-month T-bill rate was higher than the 3-month T-bill rate. Now remember, T-bills are short-term governmental debt, whereas bonds are debts that are 1 year or more, okay? So a T-bill is less than a year. It's debt you can buy. So the 1-month rate was higher than the 3-month. Traditionally, the longer the T-bill or the longer the bond, the better your return is going to be. So when it's inverse like that, that signals there's instability in the markets. So that's number one thing I want to flag for you. The 1-month T-bill was higher than the 3-month. Keep that in the back of your head. Next, the VIX. And what the VIX is on the market is when people are buying puts on the way down. So the more volatile the market, the higher the VIX is, okay? So people are saying, well, you know, the stock market, which is here, look at all this. The stock market was down 1% and 3%. And you know, there's a lot of volatility today on the market, which there was. But if you're looking at the percentage moves, 1.3% versus, what are we sitting at now here? Versus 10.79%. What's the deal with that? So the mainstream media would tell you, oh, well, that's because the VIX is higher in gold and silver, which that could account for part of it, but not the whole thing. So that's the second thing I want you to remember here. The third thing that came out today was unsubstantiated, unverified news that hit the internet here. And this happened at about 9-ish a.m. Russia memo sees return to the dollar system and pitch made for Trump. So some alleged memo from Russia leaked. There's no evidence it was ever provided to the Trump administration. There's no evidence this thing actually exists besides Bloomberg telling you it does. So this also came out. So people are pointing to those three things as being the primary drivers for this. So just to recap, one, the 1-month T-bill being higher than the 3-month. which is not normal. It's inverse. 2, a higher VIX and more volatility. And then 3, that news memo that no one even knows if it's true, the news on the memo out of Russia, a leak out of Russia. So that's the mainstream narrative. Basically, they're trying to tell you that the BRICS is over. Russia's divorcing itself from China. Do you guys really believe that? With everything going on in the world, do you really believe that? I don't believe that for a second. And then there's one more thing I've been thinking about. Now, remember, on the watch out situations I give every day, and I give at the start of every week, and next week I'll have a whole new set. One of the watch out situations for tomorrow was that the CPI data was going to be released. And if it's hotter than normal or cooler than normal, that could affect and drive silver and gold prices. Okay. So, and I've got a chart to show you on this. What I think could have happened, and again, there's still a manipulation aspect of it. I'm going to show you that it's a pile-on dog effect. But if somebody leaked the CPI data, you could have had insider trading going on due to inflation numbers being good tomorrow. Why would I say good? Well, look at this. This is the DXY. And at the same time, so the DXY is the US dollar index, okay? So the same time that we had this big candle down, red on silver, this big candle red down on gold, the same time, look at the DXY. Big green candle up. This even happened the other day. So I was looking at these charts, and usually as the dollar gets stronger, that puts downward pressure on gold and silver. And then if it's going down, that puts upward pressure on gold and silver, right? So what would drive the DXY so high so quick? That's a 5-minute candle. Look at that. That's a 5-minute candle. So I'm kicking it around in my head. What could have actually caused that to happen? That could have put pressure on gold and silver if the inflation data got leaked to insiders and they were insider trading. Now, how are we going to prove that? We're going to prove that tomorrow. If the inflation data comes out tomorrow and it's as expected or better than expected, I think this is a big element of insider trading. If it comes out and that's not the reason, if it's hotter than it should be and negative, then I still have not figured out what this rise in the US dollar was about, okay? So those are all the mainstream reasons why, and then the insider trading part is one of the reasons why. But why did silver drop, 10.8%? Why did gold here drop 3.26% on the day? Manipulation. So just as we saw back on that first SmackDown, if you guys remember, I showed you the bad earnings that came out overnight from Microsoft and how Microsoft crashed, 13%? Maybe, was it 13 or 18%? I think it was 18%, up to 18%, maybe 13. I can't remember, but 13 or 18% it crashed down. Well, I believe that was big people, big entities having to liquidate their positions in gold and silver. The only item that was up massively at that point to cover themselves, to help cover their shorts, to provide liquidity to do that, right? So remember I talked about this back then. And then, so I do think there was a pile-on effect here. I think it was an attempt to smash it down to help shorts get out of their position. And I also think there was probably a wash trading going on. Banks magnified it. And remember, wash trading is a way that they can manipulate spoofing and wash trading. Remember, spoofing is if they put in a bunch of sell orders down here or a bunch of buy orders up here and they never execute them and they put them in with the intent of never executing them. That is spoofing. That is illegal. People have gone to jail for it. Look, big banks spoofing gold and silver. All you got to do is go down the rabbit hole on Google and you'll see that JP Morgan Chase paid $920 million in 2020. Deutsche Bank, all these banks have gotten at Scotia. They've all gotten in trouble for market manipulation, spoofing, etc. And so what wash trading is where a trader is buying and then selling an asset immediately. So say they buy 100 contracts, then sell them immediately. Buy them and sell them immediately. And that they do that to accomplish a few things. One, to make the volume look greater. And then two, to show incremental gain or loss in the market. Okay. Now going over here to gold, look at this in gold. It was very similar to silver. And again, we can delete these guys. We filled all the gaps. That is the silver lining here. We filled all the gaps and I'm going to be going to chat soon for questions. I just wanted to get this out to all of you first, and then I'm going to be answering questions here in probably 30 seconds. But look at here in the gold market again, we had gap number 1, we had gap number 2, and look again at the volume. Look at the volume. That is just strange, but it's about to get even stranger as I go here to the Shanghai Futures Exchange, and the gold to silver ratio is now at 65.46 to 1. Okay, Shanghai Futures Exchange, very, very strange. Look at this. Here's the normal volume during the day. Normal volume during the day. This is market open, a few spikes. This is market open, a few spikes. The last time we saw volume similar today was over here on this big smackdown. But look at here. Normal volume, normal volume, normal volume, and then bang! What in the world caused volume like this? Is it the alleged movement of JP Morgan's Chase? Allegedly on December 16th, they moved their trading desk from New York to Singapore. Could that be what it is? I don't know. I don't know what happened here to affect the Shanghai Futures Exchange. 85.28 is what it closed at. When we ended the live stream today, it was at 92.81. So here's what I will tell you. This is going to be opening tonight at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we need to keep an eye on this and what happens. But it's closing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's closing. And this was one of the watch out situations for this week. The Shanghai Futures Exchange is going to be closed from February 16th to February 23rd, which means today is Thursday. So that means it will close tomorrow, Friday, about 11 hours from now. It will be closed indefinitely for that vacation. So what's going to happen when the Shanghai Futures Exchange is closed for the holidays? And did the big bankers help to orchestrate this on Shanghai to match up with here so they can smash it down even lower during the break? Here's what I do know. Stacking physical gold and silver, ladies and gentlemen, is not meant for short-term gains. You buy a 100-ounce bar like this and you immediately flip it. Stacking gold and silver is meant for mid to long term. And as long as you live in those that strategy, all this is just noise. Silver and gold have zero counterparty risk. What do I mean by that? They can't margin call you and take this away from you. They can't liquidate your position and take this away from you. A company can't go bankrupt and you still don't have this. They can smash this price of silver as low as they want, or it can go as high as it wants. 100 ounces of silver is still going to be 100 ounces of silver. So keep that in mind. And I've been saying for months and years, this path is not going to be easy. The road's going to be long, dark, and full of terrors, and it's going to take an intestinal fortitude to see it through to the other side. And ladies and gentlemen, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs, but I truly believe the best is yet to come, and I simply turn here to my innovation adoption curve. I believe we're here in early adopters. I really do. I think we're getting closer to the line of early majority, but when we're here, this is where FOMO kicks in, fear of missing out. This is when silver and gold become unobtainium. You will not be able to obtain it. This is when coin shops and bullion dealers are paying over spot for silver and gold, not just eagles, but everything. Late majority to laggards, that's when you see the price really skyrocket. So I believe we're still here. Where do you guys think we're at? Do you think we're innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority laggards? Put it in chat. And now I'm going to go back to chat and I'm going to answer all the questions you might have. And ladies and gentlemen, the market's going to be closing here in just 10 minutes. So we're going to see what happens here in the last 10 minutes of the market. If you typed in a question earlier, please retype it again. And please tag me at International Stacker. You see this? International Stacker. If you do that, it glows it orange for me, and that's how I know you guys have a question. So Rob in chat is saying, let me put this bigger. Rob in chat is saying, I know I'm about to show these corrupt bankers what my crusher claw can really do. That's awesome, Rob. Who bought the dip? I bought the dip. I bought more positions and some mining stocks that I'm playing around with. So I loaded the boat this morning. Who else bought the dip? Let me know. Put dip in chat if you bought the dip. Jonathan saying, so at 12 my time outside of my LCS, and guys, LCS stands for local coin shop. Let me scooch this over here. Local coin shop is LCS. Of my LCS, watching silver drop down to 74, walked in and said, I wanted to buy silver. The salespeople spot price when they the salespeople check the spot price and they say, hey, may I help you? That's awesome. Jonathan, I hope you cleaned up. I hope you cleaned up. What's your email? I have a great clip of what for bankers do a baby gator call, chasing that MILF. Oh my gosh. Guys, look at the name of this person, chasing that MILF. Oh my goodness. Come on, you trolls. I love it though. My email's internationalstacker@gmail.com. Internationalstacker@gmail.com. That's a funny name. Is spoofing included in volume totals? No. Spoofing would not be included. Wash trading would be included because the trades actually execute. Spoofing would not be included because the trades never execute. It's just there on the books. The algorithms, everyone sees it as like giant buy or sell orders. So no, it would not be showing there. Do you think... okay, this one's from Isaac. Do you think we can work together to make silver systems separate from the paper market? It's going to happen. The bankers keep playing these games. It's totally going to happen. Go to my channel, click videos, and then click latest here. And then this video right here, Silver Shortage 2026, why physical prices will explode no matter what paper says. And this one, $200 silver is real. China's hoarding silver. Here's why. These two videos are critical videos for you to understand what's going on. But we will eventually see a decoupling of physical silver and gold from the paper market when the bankers lose total control. And let's look right now. So silver closed at 85.28 in Shanghai. It's currently at 75.28. Wow, exactly. Was that 28? That's exactly. It's exactly in parity. So that means there's a $10 arbitrage right now. If you take silver from the west to the east, you can make a $10 premium per ounce. That's called arbitrage. And if that stays like that and worse for a long time, you'll just have a draining of physical silver from the east to the west. Al Jazeera says, bought everything my local coin shop had. All 2 ounces. Wow. Everyone who went to buy the dip, are you noticing that there's not much silver in these coin shops? Were there long lines of people waiting to buy? Let me know what you guys saw on the ground. Okay, let's go to the next question here. This is Jess, EJ Studios. Was there an older lady that inspired your MILF song? It's Chasing That Mill, M-I-L-L, but you guys say it's that. It's Chasing That Mill. And I did want to shout out earlier. Let me pull this back up. Who was that? I wanted to shout out Buy Silver to Rage Against the Machine for joining as a Diamond Claw member, upgrading to Diamond Claws. Channel members get access to the War Room. Those channel member only live streams here on YouTube. Channel members, I am doing a War Room at the end of the stream, so get ready. And again, a big shout out to all my Diamond Claw members on the channel. I really appreciate y'all. Who in chat has Diamond Claws?
Diamond claws.
And Beach Customs, thank you for that super sticker as well. Let me get here. There's more questions that I have not answered. Do you think the price will drop over the next week when Asian markets are closed? Do you think it is a good idea to wait for buying the dip? Here's a lesson I've learned in my life, Robert Lee, dealing with the markets and gold and silver and all this stuff. First off, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. But I've learned never to expect a dip. I buy into dips. To me, that's the best way to go. Dollar cost averaging down as you go. If you try to time the dip perfectly, it may never come again. And Jonathan saying, I sent you an email to show you what I got. Awesome, Jonathan. Is that something you and I can show on stream or no? If price on the exchange drop and a lot of people buy the dip, then price will be up. When we're buying the dip, we're buying it physically from coin shops and bullion dealers. That's not going to affect the paper spot price. So we could all go out there and literally buy a metric ton of silver each. That won't affect the paper spot price. But eventually, in the end, we'll win. Stackerton. Well, sir, I got to tell you, you are teaching patience and buying the dips. This is good common sense type advice. Wealth is created over time. Silver is not a get rich quick. Certainly it is not. Would love to buy this dip, but prices have not come down here in the UK dealers. And that's the thing, guys. At a certain point, it's going to be decoupled, and you're going to be like, I'm here to buy the dip. And they're going to be like, actually, it's $10 more premium. And in the UK, they're paying over spot. Before all this, they were paying over spot for silver. BC and Rob is talking about the NASDAQ. NASDAQ 23, 242, silver. I'm getting a little bit more. So they're talking about buying the dip and getting a little bit more gold. America First channel member and moderator says, is stacking that well. It's stacking that welfare and so much fun. There you go. Sold 20 ounces this morning, then paid +4 over spot before the crash. Wow, FJ, good timing. Did you have insider knowledge? Did the Shanghai Futures Exchange add 18.7 tons of silver today? I know they added a lot recently. I'm going to cover the breaking news on my X soon, so we'll find out there. Love the channel. I'm watching from New Zealand, and the price of silver over here, physical, is $280 an ounce. Wow, Isaac. That's crazy. And I'm going to take one more thing here. Do you think we will hit above 121 again this year? Yeah, I do, Elijah. I do. Not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet. Guys, we got over 1,400 people on the stream. Please smash the like button. We're only 40 likes away from 400. And we are at 63,356 subscribers. Thank you so much. And the market closes, guys, in 2 minutes. 2-minute warning, and then we'll go to some news. 2-minute warning. Ali saying they say we're in inverse head and shoulders. We should be closing at 75, right? Yeah, I'm going to cover the inverse head and shoulders on X. I've got a tweet lined up for that. And Halifax says, Ryan, NS, whenever I bought the last month, people were mostly selling. But last week, they had only one 10-ounce bar. Woo. Wow. Interesting. Yes, I want to see my silver on the show. Okay. Let me pull up that silver. Ladies and gentlemen, this is closing. Market is closing in a minute and 15 seconds. Then we'll go to the news on X. And then after the news on X, channel members, we will be going to the war room. Oh, nice. That's cool. Guys, this is YouTube featured. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, I'm trying to find your... Is this it? I'm trying to find it. Oh, I found it. Okay, guys, I'm going to show his stack live here on air. And we've got 30 seconds. 30 seconds until the market closes here. So first off, someone sent me this. Thank you. Look at, guys. We're featured on YouTube. Awesome. Thank you, YouTube. So that's this stream. And then I wanted to show one more thing here. This is the silver stack. This is his silver stack in chat. Look at this. Some nice Johnson Matthey 1 ounce. Some nice rounds. 10-ounce bar. Some protection. Gold back. Awesome stack. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Is that a silver bulletin? And the market is closed. So silver held the line and closed at $75.33. The DXY shut down at 96. Well, it's actually not shut down yet. All right, it should be. It should be. Gold shut down at 4,922. Chasing that MILF, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I'll be seeing you in the war room at the end of the stream. The war room is the channel members only live stream here on YouTube. And remember, what happens in the war room stays in the war room. Clothing is not optional. Okay, let's go back over here. Yeah, the volume is really suspicious, Ali. So I want to show you guys some stuff I put out. So first off, the Gold Telegraph says people are saying gold is crashing. It is up 50% in the last 6 months. Wild. And that is true. Literally, guys, with silver closing at 75.33, this is literally the all-time high of 2 months ago, okay, to put that in perspective. And then gold closing at 49.22. That's the all-time high of probably just a month and a half ago. So keep that in perspective. This was pretty funny. Look, silver, and he's got the noose around his neck saying first time, and this is a new silver stacker. Like, huh? Welcome to silver and gold stacking, my friends. Breaking free of 50 years plus of manipulation. You're going to have intestinal fortitude to see the way. MBA Economics is saying next week in China, the Shanghai Gold Exchange and Shanghai Future Exchange are closed for business. On the surface, this looks like an excellent opportunity for the COMEX to absolutely smash the price of silver down to 50. But in my experience, the opposite of most common sense path usually happens. And thank you, EC Ajink, for becoming a channel member. I'll be seeing you in the war room. Rashad here, one of our favorite channel analysts, said, remember, silver was forming a negative reversal. Silver needed to regain 93 to 95 area to avoid today's sell-off. Well, markets are going almost always a hard way. Here we are. Get ready for a stronger recovery in silver towards the second half of February. This is a buy the dip environment, in my opinion. And remember, we're both not financial advisors, but that's what I did. Look at this. Buckle up. So I said here, buckle. And guys, make sure you're following me on X, previously known as Twitter. I'm Intl-Stacker because international wouldn't fit. But I put all kinds of news out here even when I'm not live. So if you want most up-to-date information, follow me on there. Thank you, Wolf and Beer, for becoming a channel member. You'll be going to the war room soon here. And look at this. News alert. China fortifies silver. Headline, Shanghai Gold Exchange issues risk control fortress notice ahead of the 2026 Lunar New Year. And remember, that's when they shut down the Shanghai Futures Exchange from February 16th to February 23rd. The breakdown, the shutdown. Shanghai Gold Exchange will close from February 14th to February 23rd, 2026. The margin hike, AGT to D. Silver margins are jumping to 27%. The price limit, trading limits are widening to 26%, preparing for massive price reset. The takeaway, while Western paper silver markets use margin hikes as a kill switch to crash prices, China is using them as a shield. This notice proves that the Shanghai Gold Exchange is prioritizing the physical metal and its strategic value over speculative paper bets. So this is a message that went out. And it's got a bunch of details. So it's on my X, previously known as Twitter, if you want to read that. And then here is what Rashad is saying. I'm asking, did you see it? So Rashad is saying that silver is possibly forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. When it's inverse, you can see it go bang. Remember, the other way around, head and shoulders usually goes down, but an inverse head and shoulders is technically expected to go up. Do you see it? Is that a left shoulder? Is that a head? Is that a right shoulder? Is that an inverse head and shoulders? He says possibly. We'll see what happens there. And Mitch said, just checked my safe and all my physical metals are there. And guys, remember what I was saying earlier about zero party risk. There's zero party risk in this stuff. And no matter what the price does, this bar is still a 100-ounce bar. It's still in your safe. It's still in your stack. And that's so nice. Variable saying hard shells with intestinal fortitude, coach. Hold fast. And Variable, I think you need to clip your thumbnails here. I think you need to clip your thumbnails. Big shout out to Wayne. Thank you for becoming a Diamond Claws member. Who in chat has Diamond Claws?
Diamond Claws.
And here's something I really liked this tweet. Intestinal fortitude is needed in this bull market. Look at this. Monetary mayhem. Silver bull markets rhyme. So in 1980, silver fell 43.98%, but from 74 to 1980, it went up 1,200%. In 2011, it fell 57.72%, but it went up 167%. 2026, it fell 47%, and the low is 64. So if it rhymes, we could see 64 plus 467%. That would be $362 silver.